charts. So right now the moon is at 80.5% illumination in the sign of Capricorn. So I decided to do your guys' reading first out of all the earth signs. So yes, let's see how you guys are doing and how, oh yeah, this full moon in Aquarius on the 19th, that's gonna be super blue moon, so that's gonna be pretty interesting. Even NASA is like losing their shit over it. So yeah, I definitely recommend, you know, going dancing under the moon, whatever you do, you know, go check it out. Make your moon waters, put your crystals out, you know, do what you do. And if you don't do that, cool, whatever, you know, do what you do. So, yeah, let's see. Kind of what you need to hear moving forward. How is this energy going to affect you? What's going on with your bad selves? Earth School, life lessons, soul growth, study, higher learning. This kind of reminds me of my last reading because of how these cards are coming out. So we could have a cross watcher. But what I'm seeing here is that there's karmic lessons happening, right? There's things that need to be understood at a higher level, you know? And so with this, it says you're not for everyone, right? Embrace your weirdness and face your true north. And this is kind of like saying that there's life lessons in that, you know, perhaps, you know, releasing some karmic soul ties, or like understanding that like everyone has their own very particular path, and like, and we can't infringe on that no matter like what we feel about that, you know. And so let's get some clarifiers on this and kind of see what that means. All right, but it kind of looks like, you know, perhaps you're feeling a little black sheep, right? Like you're not kind of just blending into society like everybody else seems to do so easily. And you're not really meant to blend into society, Capricorn. You're not good at that. You're not good at blending in, because you're meant to stand out. Like, you stand out like a sore thumb. People can see you from a mile away. They're like, oh yeah, that's a Capricorn over there speaking their mind. So what is this karmic lesson that is being learned? And we all have karmic lessons kind of infinitely, I feel like. So it's not like once you reach a certain point, you win the game and you stop getting karmic lessons. It's like, no, the challenges upgrade with you. It's like when you're playing a video game, right? And you're playing against the computer, and the computer gets better and stronger, and, you know, it gets harder to beat as you level up, as you get better at something. And so you know, it presents that challenge for you. And that's kind of what life is. It's just the challenges level up as you level up, in the way that you respond and handle yourself, like, you know, helps you to kind of, you know, get to the next step. But it doesn't feel like this is like a game with an end goal, right? Like, there's always going to be more things to learn infinitely. Okay. Okie dokie. We got some pretty intense energy, dog. Where do we start? Eight of Wands. Something is moving rather quickly, right? This karmic lesson is probably very quickly learned, right? With the Fool in reverse, Uranus energy, Aquarius energy showing up. I feel that like there's been some course correction, right? And that course correction like came with some challenges, right? With the Five of Swords, I see that there could have been some sort of conflict, whether it's internal or external. There's some defensive energy to this, right? But not wanting to be foolish, not wanting to like say or do anything like impulsive that, you know, because with the Page of Swords in reverse, I see like kind of like holding your tongue, or kind of just kind of flowing with something rather than resisting the way that it's going, right? And there was course correction, but I see that you're not trying to give it friction. You're just like, okay, I'm malleable. I'm gonna just figure out, what I need to figure out. With the Knight of Swords, I do see you like taking certain actions, but in a different direction, right? And it's more towards your personal growth and development. I'm seeing Pegasus show up, right? Pegasus shows up during times of challenges, during times where our lives start taking a turning point. And that's kind of as a reminder to that, like, no matter like how big the challenge is, these big challenges show up right before that turning point, right? When things start getting really good. Because I see Four of Pentacles here, and all these like flowers in tarot represent abundance, right? Material abundance, particularly. And so this is, talking about building personal wealth, saving up your money, budgeting, figuring things out, kind of feeling like, like putting your focus there. With the Six of Wands, I'm seeing you kind of, like I said, you're born to stand out. Like, you stand out. She's literally in the spotlight, stars all around her. Like, this definitely shows, like, you could be in the spotlight in some way, or, like, you just get a lot of recognition. And I see that takes on a responsibility of its own, right? That, like, you don't have time for certain things in this next chapter, right? You don't have time for certain conflicts or, confusion, fear, doubt, any of that. Like, you don't have time for that, because right now is a time of growth for you and expansion, getting recognition, being acknowledged for your efforts. Now we have Knight of Wands. This is like good news or a message coming through, and it's followed up by the Tower in reverse, which tells me like this is gonna happen after like something appears to fall apart, or like you switch jobs, or you leave a relationship, you move, something, some kind of foundational thing like falls apart, and then it's like right after that you get some good news, you get some like communication that really helps pull you in a new direction, right? With the Six of Swords, there is like a sense of like being like, oh shit, what do I do next? Like, but I see like kind of spirit helping you over the obstacles, helping you over the challenges. So it's like you're not without assistance at this time. Even if with the Priestess in reverse, even if there's some doubts in regards to the direction of your life, it's kind of like you're supposed to give up all those doubts and worries and concerns to the divine, and then let the divine sort that shit out, right? Because, like, we don't know better than the future does about what we want, right? If that makes sense at all. It's like you may not know what you want the most in life because you may not know that it exists, right? Or you know, you probably may not have fathomed it. It's like Plato's cave, kind of, right? If you spend your life only looking at life through a certain lens, um, then you're only going to see like a certain perspective, and you're not going to see that other types of things exist that you could want, right? Somebody who lives in the Amazon, right? Who's grown up there, who has no contact to the external world, right? To them, it may be like they could never fathom flying through the sky in like an airplane or whatever, right? Or because they grew up very tribally, untouched by um, other cultures or whatever, and and but you take like somebody who's lived in a penthouse their entire life, and they could not fathom the beauty of the life of somebody who lives in an island or in a country that is untouched by this modern civilization, like just living tribally out there. So I feel that there's a lot of things that you may not know that you want the most, and only time will show you what that is, because you have to know that it exists before you start to create the desire within yourself for that, right? With the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, this is letting go of old beliefs. This is letting go of things that you held close. It's letting go of everything that you knew before and relearning in life, right? It's unlearning and relearning, right? And learning in different ways and new things, you know? Yeah, with the Three of Wands in reverse, it's like your time of waiting for change is over. And going back to that Eight of Wands, this manifestation is moving rather quickly for you. And I feel that this is more on the career front. This is more because I'm seeing you in that Four of Pentacles and the Six of Wands. And it's like, I see you feeling very materialistically, abundant. And I'm not saying that you're materialistic, I'm saying that you're abundant in these things, right? Or you will be. And it really requires focus and determination and letting go of things, of people and habits and things that don't serve that, right? That don't help you to hold on to that. I see you stepping into like a new season, a new world, right? It's like with the Six of Swords, she's like leaving the old life behind and going on to the new life across the river, And then going back to that like energy of not really knowing what you want before you get it sometimes is it kind of makes me think of that maybe Fools Rush In, right? I was looking at the Fool in reverse, and I was thinking about that, there's like this scene where the dude's like, you're everything I never knew I always wanted, right? And then that's kind of what I'm feeling for this. It's like I feel that like you are going to find either a job or a person um or something that kind of gives you that feeling like you could not have ever wanted it because you didn't even know it was something that you could want, right? Whatever that means. And with the Page of Wands in reverse, I feel like you could be rejecting communications with certain individuals, or like ghosting or something like that. Um, with the Five of Wands, this has a lot to do with some kind of conflict, internal conflict, or feeling conflicted about something, right? Um, I see the Six of Cups, and this is like reflection on like past hurts and past people, past things, you know. Six of Cups has a lot to do with reminiscing, you know, and having like kind of nostalgia about the ways that things were or whatever. With the Four of Wands, this could be, you know, like somebody of your past, or this could be feeling homesick, right? Four of Wands is like about home and commitment, so take it as it resonates. With the Ten of Cups, I do see that you are coming to like this feeling of being abundant and feeling like everything's kind of working out for you, right? You're reaching that point. There's, you know, some old narratives that need to go away, right? With the Priestess in reverse, fears, doubts, insecurities, dwelling on the past, even with the Six of Cups, because, you know, it really shows that you did come from a lot, but it's time for you to unlearn and relearn, you know, certain things in life. Like if you've had toxic relationships in the past, right? Unlearn that and relearn. And keep doing that as many times as you need to until, you know, you've been course corrected, right? But it's better to course correct yourself than to wait for the divine to do it, because then everything feels like it's falling apart. And you have to really fucking trust that everything's falling into place and that, like, Spirit's gonna be there to catch you and guide you when shit starts going whack, you know? Kalika Tantrika. Kali overcomes karma and realigns us with our path when we veered off course, reverses the momentum of negativity and detaches draining energy cords, restoring us to full vitality. It may seem like your will is being thwarted or you are not getting what you want, but the goddess knows what she is doing. Her actions will benefit you. Trust. Dharma of Kali. Your most abundant successes manifest when you are aligned with your integrity. You do not need to put your faith in pathways or projects that do not resonate with your deeper spiritual knowing. Everything that is happening in your life is part of how your prayers are being answered. A new order is to be established and you are being led into it. And this is what I have for you. I hope this was helpful. Namaste. I love you all and I will talk to you later.